What if I told you that most of the decisions you make aren't really yours? That beneath every choice, every opinion, every sudden burst of emotion, there's something else at work. Hidden, quiet, but powerful. And it's been with you since before you knew how to speak. We like to believe we're rational creatures, that we choose our partners, our politics, our fears, and our faiths with logic. But that belief itself may be the biggest illusion of all, because the truth is, your mind isn't entirely your own. There are forces inside you, ancient, invisible, and deeply unconscious, that have been shaping your reality for as long as you've been alive. You didn't choose them. You probably don't even know they're there. But they dictate how you see the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. These are your unconscious beliefs, the silent architects of your identity. Imagine this. You walk into a room and instantly feel inferior. No one said anything. No one looked at you funny. But something within you whispered, "You don't belong here." Where did that voice come from? It wasn't reason. It wasn't fact. It was belief. But not the kind you consciously adopt. This was a belief formed in the shadows, through repetition, trauma, subtle signals, and the need to survive. Freud called it the unconscious. Jung called it the shadow. But across cultures and centuries, mystics and philosophers have all agreed on one thing. There is a part of the human mind that is not under conscious control, and that part is running the show. Let's go back. Centuries ago, in the 17th century, René Descartes declared, "I think, therefore I am." It became the rallying cry of modern Western philosophy. The individual, rational, self-aware, was placed at the center of reality. But what if Descartes was wrong? What if the I that thinks is itself shaped by forces it cannot see? Psychology has been quietly dismantling the illusion of the rational self for decades. Take the work of Daniel Kahneman, Nobel Prize-winning psychologist. He showed that our minds are split into two systems, one fast, emotional, and automatic. The other slow, deliberate, and logical. And guess which one is in charge most of the time? The fast one, the unconscious one. It's not just theory, it's daily life. You hesitate before speaking in a meeting. You instantly dislike a stranger for no clear reason. You sabotage relationships that are actually good for you. And then, you create stories to explain it all. I was tired. I had a bad feeling. They just rubbed me the wrong way. But that's the conscious mind doing what it does best. Storytelling. Justifying decisions it didn't actually make. It's like being the spokesperson for a government you don't control. The real drivers? They live deeper. You see, from the moment you're born, your brain begins absorbing patterns. Some are obvious: language, customs, rewards, and punishments. But others sink in through silence. The tension in a parent's voice, the absence of praise, the look of disapproval from a teacher. And over time, they form beliefs. Beliefs about whether you're lovable, whether you're capable, whether the world is safe or dangerous. You don't remember forming them, but they're there, shaping every interaction, every risk you do or don't take. Here's something unsettling. Research in neuroscience shows that your brain filters reality based on these beliefs. You literally see what you expect to see. If you believe people can't be trusted, your mind will focus on the betrayals and ignore the kindness. If you believe you're not worthy of success, you'll unconsciously sabotage your chances. Not out of weakness, but because your unconscious beliefs are trying to keep your reality consistent. It's not about truth, it's about familiarity. And familiarity feels safe. This is the trap. Because unconscious beliefs aren't inherently bad. They're adaptive. They're how you learn to navigate the chaos of life. But when they go unexamined, they become prisons. You start living on autopilot, reacting to the past instead of engaging with the present. And maybe the most dangerous part? You don't even realize it. Take a man who's terrified of intimacy. He tells himself he just hasn't met the right person. But deep down, he believes that vulnerability leads to pain, because when he opened up as a child, someone hurt him. Or a woman who can't accept compliments. She says she's humble. But the truth, her unconscious belief tells her she's unworthy of praise, that believing otherwise would make her arrogant and alone. These aren't just quirks. They're unconscious strategies to protect a self-image built long ago. And the longer they go unchallenged, the more real they feel. Society doesn't help. In fact, it feeds these beliefs. Marketing preys on them. Politics weaponizes them. Even well-meaning institutions, schools, religions, media, can reinforce limiting narratives under the guise of identity, tradition, or morality. The unconscious mind is fertile ground for suggestion, and once a belief is planted, it rarely gets questioned, because questioning it threatens your entire sense of self. But here's the good news. You can bring these beliefs to light. You can rewrite the script. Not easily, not quickly, but deeply. It starts with noticing. Noticing your reactions, your triggers, your patterns, especially the ones that feel out of your control. Because they are clues. Cracks in the surface that reveal what lies beneath. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This is your invitation. To pause, to examine, to ask not just what you believe, but why. Where did that belief come from? Who gave it to you? And more importantly, does it still serve you? This kind of introspection isn't comfortable. It's a kind of inner excavation, digging through layers of memory, emotion, and ego. Sometimes what you find is painful, but there's freedom on the other side, because when you start to unearth these hidden forces, they lose their grip. You stop reacting blindly and start responding consciously. You begin to reclaim your mind, and with it, your life. The most powerful transformations don't come from outside. They come from seeing clearly, from confronting the invisible narratives that have defined you, and choosing something new. So here's the question. What beliefs are living inside you, without your permission? And what kind of life might be possible if you stopped letting them decide? If this sparked something in you, something uncomfortable, something curious, don't look away. Lean in. There is more to discover. If this video made you question something you thought you knew, share it. Like it. Subscribe. And most of all, take a moment to sit with what surfaced. Not everything in your mind is yours. But now, it can be.